Hi there, this is Linda, and welcome to my channel. And welcome to my 5-part series on tips and tricks for Project Life. I have been doing Project Life for 13 years, and I have no intention of stopping. But I get so many questions frequently about how to make this process manageable, fun, and something that you want to continue doing year after year. So, welcome to my series where we talk about all of these things. This is part 5, and this is the most fun one. We're going to talk about unique spread ideas and approaches to keep this project fun and exciting. Let's go ahead and dive right in. Okay, today we're talking about unique spread ideas, which is my absolute favorite topic for Project Life. So I dug back in some of my even older albums for this one to share some very unique spread ideas. My first idea is to do a daily photo. So here, rather than documenting specifics of everything that happened, I did a food photo every single day and followed the same treatment by putting this digital word art on each photo. This was the week of Week in the Life, so a lot of my stories were documented elsewhere, so I didn't really have a lot of concern that I was skipping stories. But if you have weeks where you think there's not a lot going on, or if you just want to do like a recap of journaling, this is a great way to kind of mix it up in your Project Life album. So here is another spread that was not Week in the Life, but where I did the same thing, where I did a monthly or daily food photo. Now I didn't continue it on the weekend because I had some other stuff going on that I wanted to document, and I might have forgotten to take food photos. I think Wednesday here you can see I forgot to take a photo of my dinner, but I got my ice cream. But this way was a fun way to document like the different things I was eating. And it's so fun to look back on this because these are things, some of these are meals that I still cook, and like these look like they were from restaurants, and it's just fun to see kind of what I was eating at a specific point in time and that repetition throughout the spread. Here is another take on the daily photo. Rather than doing daily meals, this one I did a daily from where I stand, which is basically a photo looking down at my feet, but I tried to get a little creative by including more than just my feet. So here is a look at my plate on the table, my movie ticket, taking out the trash, my tulips in the yard, some croissants that I was getting at the grocery store, on an escalator with my new iPhone, and then my cat sleeping on the couch. But all of them are looking down, so it's that repeated angle or repeated photo across the week. For a daily photo like this, it doesn't need to be one of the examples I've used. You could do a photo of your outfit every day, a photo of your child every day, a photo of your cat every day, whatever it is you want, a photo of your desk every day. And just have that repetition across the spread would be a super fun, unique way to document a week in Project Life. So another fun, unique way to document in Project Life is with ephemera. So here's a spread where what I did was I included only ephemera from the week, no photos. And I think this was also my Project Life or my Week in the Life week. So I had all those photos and stories documented elsewhere. I feel like I have some sort of like complex where I'd feel like I was missing something to not include any photos from the week and just do this, but you totally could. And here I just collected all these pieces of ephemera, and that tells the story of the week on its own. I don't need the photos to know this was my daughter's birthday and that I changed my contacts and I got some new perfume and makeup and lotion. So I clearly went, or shower gel, I clearly went shopping. I bought something for my kitchen. I bought some clothes. I got Starbucks and DeBella's, which is some sandwiches near where I live. I got an iced tea. Like I can see these things without photos or words. And it's just a fun way to document in Project Life. I do want to point out though that you don't have to go as crazy as I did in that last spread. You can just document your life in ephemera in like one specific card. So here I have just some ephemera from February on one card intermixed with the rest of my spread. And this is just a super fun, unique thing to include in your Project Life. Another thing that is super fun to do as a unique spread idea is to include a full page photo. So here my daughter got her first car. And so this was a big story. So rather than filling all the pockets with different things and just putting the photo in one of them, I blew it up to take up the entire page and cut it up so that it would fit in the pockets, and use this to document that one story. Here's another place where I went big with photos, and I did it with two because two big things happened this week. My daughter turned 15 and my house was finished. So I wanted to document the completed house right here and my daughter's birthday celebration. This is 2020, so it's during COVID. The yard clearly isn't done, but the house was ready for us to close and move in. So this was two big events that I wanted to document this week, and I just went really big with it. So another unique spread idea is to mask shapes. So this I did digitally, and basically what I did was we went to Cape Cod. So I wrote out Cape Cod in a bold text, and then I masked the shapes in Photoshop to have photos masked into them, which means basically the photo adheres to the shape of the letter and the rest of it you can't see. Now you don't have to use Photoshop for this. You could do this by hand by cutting out your photos or ephemera or whatever it is you want to be in shapes. You also don't have to do letters. You could do all circles or triangles. It doesn't need to be specifically letters, but this was a very fun way to go super bold across the page and have a very different spread and include some more photos. Another unique spread idea is to just get crafty. So for this one, I'm pretty sure I was prompted by a class from Allie Edwards. I can't remember what the class was, like Hello Story 3 or something like that. But what I did was I cut out letters of all of the days of the week from scrap paper and made these cards for my journaling for each day of the week. I also used scrap paper to create this journal or this title card here. This was just one thing that I did, but there are so many ways you can get crafty in here. You can paint, you can do jelly plating, you can do collage. There's so many different things you could do to just get crafty with it and have fun with your spread and make it stand out and be unique from the rest of your album or from other people's layouts. Another thing you can do to make a spread super unique is to follow a color scheme. So for this one, I think my jumping off point were these designing cards from the design story kit that went into a rainbow. And basically what I did was I selected photos to create a rainbow going across the spread. So I had reds and oranges going into yellow, greens, blues, purple, and then some black with pink over here to kind of do a rainbow across the spread. Now you could do any kind of color scheme. You could do all black and white photos. You could do all photos with the color, like warm colors or all cool colors. This might take some planning to select your photos or to take your photos in a specific color scheme at the beginning of the week, but this is a super fun take on a Project Life spread that is totally different, and I really love this one. This is one of my favorite spreads I've ever made. The next unique story idea is to use, or unique spread idea is to use story cards. So I know Allie Edwards Products creates these a lot, but there are other brands that do them too. And basically this one, I had these little moments cards that were 1 through 12, and I just added them across my spread with some bold text stamped on them and some journaling to be a continuous element that connected the entire spread together, but it's very different and pops maybe not as unique as some of the other ones I've pointed out or shared, but it is a super fun way to create a cohesive spread that stands apart from the rest of your album. Okay, so this one again has an insert, so it's a little hard to see the whole spread, but what I did for this one is all photos. Except for this one that was a piece of ephemera, I included no journaling cards here. This entire spread is just photos and some screenshots, which documented the entire week. I do have like a little bit of like journaling like here, but not really. Like this spread is pretty much, it speaks for itself. And I let the photos tell the story, which is a super fun, different take on a week in Project Life. Okay, here is another idea, which is the concept of focusing on a specific shape. Now, this was prompted by the Hexagon Quarterly Scrapbook Kit from Allie Edwards, which gave me the shape to work with, but you could do this just from your stash by picking a shape and then going in your stash and finding things that are that specific shape. But I just had hexagons everywhere. I used hexagon embellishments, hexagon pattern papers, and these hexagon borders cutting around photos in hexagon shape and ephemera so that everything on this spread is a hexagon, which really makes it pop compared to the rest of the album. My final unique spread idea is to use a specific guiding theme for the entire spread. This works really well if you're working with story kits, but you can do it with other themes as well. The two examples that I have to share with you are story kits. And when doing these weeks, I planned and worked on them during the week so I could specifically cater my stories to the theme. So this is the evening story kit, and all of my stories kind of go towards the evening. I documented things specific to the evening. I made sure to take a photo of my bedroom, which I wouldn't normally do. I picked this week knowing we were going to do this outdoor activity with the evening hot air balloons. I also had some, not evening things that I added in this insert, but the majority of the spread is evening based, going to an evening running event. What am I doing relaxing in the evening, reading before bed? All of these things are kind of documented around that theme. The flip side of that one is this one, which is documenting mornings. And I specifically, while working on this, focused on capturing these photos in the morning time and focused on, I knew we were going to go to brunch. This happened to be an evening photo, but I tried to get most stories to be around the theme and selected the theme before I lived this week so that I could pick my stories or take my photos specifically with the theme in mind. This definitely takes a lot of planning to do this, but it's very fun. And it's okay that I didn't document a lot of my evenings this week because you always have another week. You don't have to document every story that happens. Instead, you could have a lot of fun with it. I hope that this video gave you some unique spread ideas that you can use in your Project Life album. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. And as always, I hope to see you guys all in the next one. Thanks. Bye.